Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And where we are today is we're near Ballymena, and we're going to make our way up to KELLSWATER Covenanter Church, or as they're known today, the Reformed Presbyterian Church. And of course, this is beautiful. You can see the river there, which runs down to the bridge that I showed you in another wee video. And this here would make a very good campsite. And I think somebody has been using it because I can see a pizza box here, as you can see. So somebody's had pizza, but it's certainly very scenic. It's absolutely beautiful. And at the time of the Reformation in Scotland in the 16th century, the Houston family had actually embraced the Reformed faith, and they moved from Scotland then to the north of Ireland. Now, a young David Houston became a minister in the Presbyterian Church over here, and whilst he was pastoring in Ballymena, he came under the influence of the well-known Reverend Alexander Peden, who's known actually as the prophet of the Covenanters, who was also fleeing from persecution in Scotland. And so he came to Ireland as well. But David soon began preaching in favour of the Scottish Covenants, and so lost his licence to preach in 1672. Again, you can see the scenery there. The scenery there is breathtaking, isn't it? Now, the Houston family actually took part in the Siege of Derry in 1689. And David is said to have actually raised a force of Scots settlers to defend a ford over the Bann in County Londonderry. But they were defeated by a force of the Earl of Antrim's Red Shanks. And of course, that was the regiment that marched on Derry, in which the 13 apprentice boys actually closed the gates in the face of the Red Shanks regiment. Now, David refused to recognise the new monarch, who was King William III. And he so strongly opposed earthly authorities that he actually refused to baptise the children of those who paid taxes to whom he believed was his enemy. Of course, this teaching and doctrine that he had on the authorities was based on the covenants. Now, David died on the 8th of December 1696, and he's actually buried in Connor Graveyard, and I hope to do a wee video there if I can find the grave at some stage. But not long after this, David's brother John Houston, he left Ireland with his family for America, and it was his descendant who actually became General Sam Houston of the US Army. And of course, Sam Houston led the Texan Army that won Texan independence from Mexico at the Battle of San Jacinto in April 1836. And so here we are at the church, which is KELLSWATER Reformed Presbyterian Church, or Covenanter Church. And of course, the nearby town in America was actually named Houston in honour of Sam Houston. And so Houston, Texas is now one of the largest cities in the USA. And so that is fantastic to think that this, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to the church here, but to think that this wee backwater KELLSWATER Covenanter Church has actually got a big connection with Houston in the state of Texas, I think is tremendous. And I'm just going to let you see over the wall here. Again, the scenery is breathtaking, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. And of course, this hall here, this hall was named in memory of David Houston. And of course it was David's brother who went to America. And then of course one of his descendants was General Sam Houston. And so I'm going to read the wee text out to you. It says, Memorial Hall erected by Henry H. Houston of Philadelphia, USA, in honour of his kinsman, Reverend David Houston, M.A., who was buried by members of the Reformed Presbyterian Church in Connor Graveyard under the following inscription, which has been long since obliterated. Here lies the body of Mr. David Houston, a faithful minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, who departed this life the 8th of December in the year 1696, and of his age the 63rd year. So there you go. That wee hall then is in memory of David Houston. Fantastic, isn't it? And of course there you can see the church, and I've done a few wee videos at the church the other day, so you can have a look at those. And I'm just going to take you up now, level with the road there, and level with the inscription, and let you see it better. So there you go, that's the hall, and there you're level with the inscription then. So that's amazing, isn't it? And I see a chimney there in the background, as you can see. So amazing to think that this wee hall here, KELLSWATER Covenanter Church, has a tremendous association with the city Houston, which is in the state of Texas. God bless.